We'll see how Jakal tackles the Game & Watch menace now with some different tools at the hands of Wolf. He really has to box with Game & Watch, but he has more consistent damage output, especially at those lower percents off those grabs.
Yeah, and his recovery is probably is not as good as Palutena's. Still very versatile. Has the Wolf Flash with the side B and has decent vertical recovery with the up B and can mix up his angles to a degree. However, it's something that perhaps could be called out by Game & Watch, but we'll see how Ploopy handles it. And we'll see how Ploopy plays Game & Watch just a little bit differently, because everyone pilots their character a little differently.
Already seeing a different change of venue in this set, making our way over to small battlefield rather than PS2. Jakal bobbing and weaving around on this stage. You love to have those platforms as Wolf to get off of the ledge easier with that fantastic aero mobility. And also just being able to use that up B to interrupt the bacon onslaught from Ploopy.
Yeah, and we're already seeing the mix-ups that Jakal can do and Wolf can do with this up B. And whether you like it or not, this character, like both these characters are awesome and very, very good. And I love to see Wolf compete still in the good year of 2026 at a high level, top 8 at a major. Jakal making it work, but has to take a seat on that first stock. Ploopy with a decent, albeit small lead.
She's definitely able to make this comeback, though. Just needs to find... Oh, yeah, sorry. No, Ploopy's the one with the lead. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jakal's the one that needs to figure out how to find this stock here. Gonna try to end things with that forward tilt. Not gonna find it, but just continue to hold that space. Jakal is such a patient, calculated player. He's not gonna be rattled down any percent here, but Ploopy just working her way out of the corner, but it's gonna be eating that boot and gonna be onto these second stocks.
I think one of my favorite things about Wolf is all of his sound effects are just a little jingle jangly. Like he's got so many chains on him. Like he's got that fit on, and he's making it work. These claws do so much damage, and now Game & Watch getting up to that kill percent, up to 70%, and still getting a little dangerous for Wolf too. Nice
that percent where Wolf can potentially find that fair bear or a Wolf Flash, take an early stock. Game & Watch can find those down areas for the berry. Start to climb to that higher percent. Jakal threatening with that back air. Just cannot find the finishing blow just yet.
Yeah, and that up smash, you know, very, very strong and a great out of shield option for Wolf. Not going to take the stock at 115 post hit. Now it's going to be a little stale. I don't know how many more times we're going to see back down smash hit without it burying, but hey, it's working out for all the opponents.
For sure. Gonna find that back here, gonna find that second stock. Try to pack on some save damage here. Fair after fair after fair. Gonna continue to grow this lead slowly but surely.
Getting back to the stage is Ploopy, but going to eat close to, now up to 80%. But still has Jakal at that very high percent. Back air not gonna be nothing doing from the middle of the stage. But the bacon into the back air. Little combo. Good stuff taking that stock, bringing it down to one stock apiece. But 80% is a danger zone for Game & Watch. But in the blender is Jakal with that big 34% combo just to get a little bit of a footing on this last stock.
You can really see how important having good aerial drift is against Game & Watch. Wolf having such great aerial drift to be able to DI away in those up air juggles minimizes that damage quite a bit. A lot of characters will be taking a good 50-60% there, but Jakal will be able to get his feet back under him here and just reset. It takes a couple of interactions for Ploopy to make up that damage.
Yeah, and this is the zone where Jakal is just looking for that last hit. Ploopy got to be way more patient, way more precise with her actions. Now dancing in the middle of the stage. Great grab, but opting for the forward throw. Confused, what? Because the forward tilt is right there to take that game.
I was definitely anticipating a back throw there just to get Ploopy in an awkward spot off stage, but Jakal just with the forward throw, the low knockback, forces the tech scenario. and that'll be all he needs to go up in this set 1-0.
And that forward throw, like known to have very little knockback and not go anywhere. Usually something that's used at like lower percents to maybe get a combo started, but at those high percents was obviously a mix-up, as Ploopy was perhaps looking at it being a back throw, but leading to that forward tilt and that first game. But now, huge combo from Jakal, sneaking in that down B with the reflector as a response to Ploopy's starting combo, and we got ourselves a good old scrap for this second game on Small Battlefield.
Yeah, both these players are getting after it real quick in this game. Just vying for that initial lead. It's going to be Ploopy so far. She has just a bit of percent lead here, but Jakal continues to hold that space and apply that pressure, bobbing and weaving around Game & Watch, and whiff punishing this character like you just do not see for most.
No, and it's coming off of those platforms. Like, Jakal is hunting off of the platforms. Like, the limited space up there where Ploopy ejects from that up B, and then going off hunting with a forward air, and then ending that stock with an up smash. Expert stuff from Jakal on how to deal with Game & Watch.
Jakal continuing to carry that momentum, fresh off of that 3-0 on Peanut, looking for everything there with that down smash. Would have been the stock 1,000%, but still playing with that confidence, putting that fear in Ploopy's heart.
Jakal, your lasers, incredible. I not even using it as a spacing tool because it might not do much in the neutral, but as a get off me option and a great lead in, like, yeah, the stock was taken, but Jakal's still talking. We got ourselves on the platform, onto the other platform. Ploopy, good stuff taking that first stock finally to stop the bleeding just a little bit.
But Jakal getting the footstool up.
Jakal!
See you later. Been one of the big meta shifts for Wolf within the last year. Shout out to Ouch. And now Ploopy is down a full stock, trying to find her way back in.
We're seeing footstool into anything. We saw footstool into down air with from Monty, and now we're seeing footstool into up B from Jakal. Pushing the Wolf medal in 2026. This is awesome stuff.
Ploopy trying to claw her way back into this game. Just an up B here and there. But Jakal's perfectly content to take a little bit of percent here, just DI his way back down, but this is where you don't want to be off stage.
No, absolutely tough stuff. Ploopy kind of giving away that stage position, but then leading to giving Jakal an opening with that dash attack, gonna steal that stage back, almost ending the game with a back air, but that forward tilt still not doing it. The bacon, a little bit of pressure, and the key, untackable.
I thought surely if he held down there, he'd have a chance to attack that, but no, that down air is strong. So Ploopy only down a little bit here, but a lot from Wolf will kill this very light Game & Watch. She needs to get back to the center, and she does.
Yeah, and unfortunate, but that's going to get pushed off a little bit, but another forward throw, that F tilt does not, we've seen that trick before, that ain't going to work again. Middle of the stage is Ploopy, direct down with that Nair. Not getting anything out of it, but here we go. A little bit of a combo. Nair into up air into Nair again. Ejector seat into advantage win. Another one. Racking up the percent as Game & Watch does so good. In the middle now, holding down that shield is Ploopy. She's going to be as defensive as ever. Continuing with these up Bs, forcing Jakal on into a mistake time and time again, but Jakal with that dash attack going to push her off stage. Laser for good measure. The damage might be a little too late on this game, but with Game & Watch, you never know.
Too many dash attacks in a row there. Jakal gonna eat an up B, but just playing with so much confidence. He's very undeterred by these misses, and a back throw gonna send Ploopy all the way to the top left blast zone. Wolf definitely known to find it a little awkward at these higher percents to find stocks, but he just continues to go for the dash attacks, and eventually one of them is going to find its mark.
There it is. That metal boot. That's going to do it. That is a 2-0 for Jakal over Ploopy, looking very poised. That game was a little dicey for Jakal, but still managing to take it. It's still 2-0 versus 1-1 is monumental. The weight of a 2-0 on the opponent's shoulders weighs heavy. Feels like Atlas at times, but if anyone can bring it back all the way, it could be Game & Watch and Ploopy as the pilot. So we'll see as we go back to Small Battlefield.
Back here for the third game in a row. No counter picks for Ploopy. I really don't know where else you would go anyway. Game & Watch loves the double plat layout, so does Wolf.
Huh.
It's just a matter of finding a way how to navigate Jakal more effectively in neutral.
Yeah, and Ploopy was figuring it out, like getting snuffed out in that first game off of those platforms where Jakal was kind of making all of his work. But in the second game, it was more so Ploopy using that up B as a big combo starter and also sometimes as a combo continuer. But a stock ender is that up smash of Game & Watch, giving Ploopy a lead for what feels like the first time in the set.
She has not been able to get those stocks consistently in the matchup just because of how mobile that Jakal has been. Game & Watch definitely needs a little bit more setup for those stocks unless Game & Watch can find an edge guard, which Jakal has not really given her the opportunity to do either.
No.
So you're seeing what happens when Ploopy gets the lead, though. She is tacking, she is piling on this damage.
I feel like Game & Watch is one of the best characters in the game at playing with a lead and showing it off, just continuing to pile on the damage. Seemingly no openings for Jakal to take this first stock off of Ploopy, and there goes another one. Scoreboard check 3-1 for Ploopy.
The avalanche continues for Ploopy, looking for a 3 stock with that 9, but Jakal's heart still beating in this game 3. Has not found that first stock yet, though, and this is just looking all Ploopy right now.
It's a tough, it doesn't feel like Wolf is one of those like super amazing comeback characters, especially against Game & Watch, who can just kind of turtle. But hey, one up smash makes things 2-1, and you never know. Jakal has done obscene things with this character, so I'm not closing any doors just yet.
And Ploopy, you're perfectly content to just take these trades, do these up Bs, get a little percent here and there. As Jakal, you have to be just as content because sometimes you'll get a fair bear. Another one will get the stock if he can get in the right spot for it, but Ploopy is just going to hold this center as she does so well.
Yeah, the pressure that Jakal is putting on, it's just not... Well, currently it is leading to something as we're dancing around this left platform, now in the middle of the stage. No hits for a good while. Going for those down smashes yet again. Haven't hit one of those in a while, but that back air gonna push Jakal off stage. Great air dodge out of there. Panic option. Not as good of an ejector seat as that Game & Watch up B, but still gonna save this game for Jakal. No punish on that up smash. I wouldn't want to deal with that either.
Jakal inching closer and closer to taking this second stock. Ploopy has not put on much percent here on this last stock from Jakal, but finally getting an opening here. That vertical juggle gonna put Jakal in the red here. To find one more big hit on both sides.
Well, that up smash again, but the up smash of Game & Watch. No 3-0. We got ourselves officially a hot set here in top 8. Loser side of Flash Flood. Ploopy has one more game in her at least.
The Midwest has not finished up just yet here at Flash Flood. Ploopy keeping us alive for one more game. See if she can get another lead like that and build on that momentum. But Jakal, you got to imagine you're up 2-0. You played really well in those first 2 games. It's just a matter of sometimes you just don't get the lead first.
Yeah, and Game & Watch, like, those top tier characters play so well with a lead and the ability to turtle and really not let your opponent in. That's what keeps those characters in the meta, especially now when you have so many characters that can just kill you in the blink of an eye. Wolf, not really one of those characters, but Jakal with a strong start and an early lead, which has proven to be so important in every single one of the games that we've seen here today.
In the right situation, Jakal can definitely make stocks explode, doing it just there in about 30 seconds to try to move on into this loser's quarter spot, but 2 more stocks in between him and that spot. Ploopy just has not been able to find the same amount of damage, and Jakal continues to build the momentum.
Yeah, and the momentum is still piling on. 81% with these claws are out. Well done to whoever did the manicure for Wolf. So much damage, and again, not getting the berry with the down smash. I don't know if it's a placement thing or just a really poor luck thing, but that down tilt has got Ploopy's back and going to make this a 2-stock game, but 81% is in that danger zone. 95% absolutely in that danger zone.
A back air in the corner will take this stock off of Game & Watch right now, but needs to find a hit to get her there. Ploopy starting to pile on some damage here. 50-60%. These nairs and these up airs are starting to avalanche. Jakal, who once had a huge lead in this game, only up 20%.
Yep, and now pushing that a little bit further. 110%. Ploopy knows better than to get hit with any of those kill moves, but unfortunately going to get punted through with that up B. 116. Very, very scary spot for Game & Watch to be in, as Wolf is just hunting you down with either an F tilt. Nah, that ain't going to kill from the middle of the stage, but a dash attack absolutely will, and there it is! Off the side of the stage, Jakal 1 stock away from punching his ticket to the next round of top 8, and Ploopy just struggling to rack up enough damage to take a stock off of Jakal.
Looking for a fair here in the corner to try to finish this up. She will find one, but it won't be enough. The next one absolutely will. Jakal continues to play so patient in disadvantage, does not bleed out for too long, and that's how you get back to the stage and continue to pile on this damage.
Was not going to think that Jakal was going to get 3 hits on Game & Watch, but manages to get a full 4-piece combo to punch his ticket to the next round. Ooh!
60%. I know Wolf Bear is strong, but that was absurd.
Rock absolutely beats paper, but so does steel toe boots.
I think back air beats both of them.